everybody, and welcome to Storm Reads. And today I'm going to be talking about my April TBR. There are quite a few things going on in April, but I cannot participate in all of them because I'm a little readathoned out. But at the same time, there are ones that I'm going to be doing, and so I guess you could say I'll be loosely participating in the Continue-athon that's hosted by Hugo from the Scientist Reading World, and I think he has a co-host or so, and I don't remember them, but I will list them below. He's doing a readathon in April that is all about, I think, continuing your series and things like that, and I am continuing with some series in my April TBR, so I just wanted to kind of give him a nod and a shout out because he is like super sweet and you should go check out his channel. But there's that, and then I have the Magical Readathon, Spring Equinox, the Aurelium School, and everything that's hosted by G from Book Roast. She puts in a ton of work on this, and it is so elaborate and like it's just really, really cool, and you should check out her channel because I could not tell you exactly everything that you need to know. But basically, last year we kind of did like a precursor to this one. We did the novice path, we chose our characters and all that kind of stuff. If you didn't do that but you still want to participate, you can go ahead and do that. But this time we're taking our character that we made and we're going to school, and we have the spring equinox, and I think it's the winter one or whatever. So there's two different, or autumn, spring and autumn, I believe it is. Two different semesters, and this one is spring, and we pick our, what we want to do. Well, we want our calling, I guess it is what she called it. And so I will show you a picture of the little character that I made a long time ago. I'm just going to keep him and go with him. And I named him Isdar, and he is a half air earthling and half Skymoran. I think that's how you say that. And my little background on him is that he grew up an orphan on Etheria, as the people were not a fan of the Skymorans, and since he was a halfling, he wasn't accepted by the other side of his family, and so as a kid he was abandoned and he had to fend for himself on the Dark Meadow. So my character is living on the Dark Meadow. That was just kind of my little background that I decided to give him. And I put that he was nearly starving, and this older Skymaran woman found him and took him in and let him live with her, and now he is a teen, I guess, going to school, or maybe in his 20s. I don't know exactly how old your character has to be to go to this school, but he has decided that he wants to be a mage hunter because what better way to like get back at some of those people that kind of put you down as to hunt other mages, and that's pretty much what a mage hunter does. They are the kind of like the police, I guess, of the fantasy world, I guess. And they're like, they look for the criminals and things like that, and they have like some super cool magic that they can do. And so I also picked that because of course I love mysteries, and so I thought that would go really well with me. And also, since I already had a pretty full schedule whenever I realized that this was going to actually happen, and so I picked a career or a calling that only had 4 prompts. I'll admit, I didn't want to work too hard. And so basically, Isdar must take 4 courses for his spring classes, and we have elemental studies, which was the basics of air dynamics, and so that was to read a book that was under 100 pages. And so I am going to go with this novella called Christmas Morning by Laura Bradford. I think it's the only novella that is in the Amish mystery series by Laura Bradford, and I seen that I could get it off of overdrive, and so I'll go ahead and do that. And that way, I don't normally read the novellas in series, but since I needed one, I just go ahead and do that. I don't know what it's about, but it's Amish Mystery, and I really like that series. And then the next one is Spells and Incantations, and it's an anti-gravity spell, which was short stories, essays. And I don't really do short stories and essays that much, and I didn't have anything planned. And G says if it's on Goodreads, it counts. So she's not policing it or anything. And I did choose my shortest novella that I had that I could read for this. So it is kind of a short story. And because I think it's like 84 pages, so it's not very long. And so it's Candy Cane Crimes by Amanda Flowers. That is the last novella that I need to read for that Amish series too. Is the Amish Candy Shop series. And so I will do that one. Then the next one is Conjuration, and it's Conjuring of Light. Source of light on the cover. So fits in very well with this book here because I need to read this. It's an arc that I have, and it's called Gone Dark by Amanda Panich. I'm probably butchering her last name. I don't know if you can see it there. But anyway, I needed a light source on the cover, and that matchstick is a light source, so there we go. This one, it says, there are no heroes when the lights go out. And I know this one is a kind of a survivalist type book about, what was her name? I looked at this. Zara, and her father was kind of a backwoodsman, and he kind of taught her all this stuff about survivaling, stuff like that. And then her mother moves her away from him, and she went from that kind of a situation to now, like, all she does is play video games and everything. And so it's just like from no technology to technology. But then there is something happens. They get hit like some kind of a malware attack on the United States electrical grid. So like the entire place goes dark. And so she's going to have to rely on the skills that she had learned when she was smaller to try to save her and her friends and try to make it to where her father lives and everything. So it sounds interesting. It's a bit of a chunker. I'm a little bit over chunky books, but I guess I'm not, because here I am reading another chunky book. It is my fate, because I have several chunky books on here. But yeah, so this was an arc that I have, so I want to get that done. And thank you to Simon & Schuster for this. Yeah, so then the next one is Restoration, and that's Cures Wounds. And so it's a book featuring a healer. I started to panic a little bit about this one because I didn't think I could find a book with a healer that wasn't something that I was already reading. I was like, oh, I need something. I was even going to look and see if I could find something that had to do with just a regular doctor and not like fantasy. Then I remembered me and Sherry are buddy reading this series, The Keeper of the Lost Cities, and this is number 3. It's called Everblaze by Shannon Messenger. And there is a guy in here, I think his name is Elwin, or something like that. Elwin. Anyway, but he is always healing, is it Sophie? Done forgot her name. I skipped a month and I done forgot her name. And so, yeah, so Elwin's always healing Sophie every time she turns around because she's always getting injured. I almost forgot about him. So he's a healer. So there we go. This is the 3rd book. It is about Sophie who finds out that she is an elf and has to go live in their realm where they live. And she's kind of got some special powers, and people are always seem to be after her, and she's always in the midst of all kinds of trouble. These things keep getting bigger and bigger as they go. This one is 600 pages. Very happy about this because I don't really like huge chunky middle grade, and I didn't realize they were going to just get bigger and bigger and bigger as we went. So hopefully there is enough in here that I will find it interesting. I hope. So that is everything I need for the magical readathon. So like I said, nice, short, and sweet. I didn't want to have to work too hard for that. There are some people that are going like all out. They've got like 2 characters. There are all these books that they're going to have to read. No, I want it simple. Because the next class in the autumn, or whatever, the autumn equinox classes, it almost like doubles what you're doing now. So I'm like, I don't want to have a lot, and come August I have to read a whole lot. So yeah, keeping it simple. So another readathon that I'm going to be participating in is the Amish in April readathon that is hosted by Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books and Sarah from the Bookish Knitter. I do believe it's going to be towards the latter end of the month, like I think a week and a half, the last week and a half of the month. Their announcement video, that's the word, hasn't been put out yet, but I just know that that's when they said it was going to be. I will probably be reading throughout the month of April, just because I got a lot I want to do, and I can't do them all in a week and a half. But I want to finish up the Amish mystery series by Laura Bradford. So to do that, I need to read A Churn for the Worst, which is number 5. Just Plain Murder, which is number 6. And A Killer Carol, which is number 7. And those are all for the Amish mystery series. And that will finish me up on that series. I really, really like that series, and so I'm really wanting to finish it up. And so I can say I have finished it, because I've been sitting at number 5 because I could not find a way of getting that without having to buy, and my book budget isn't all that big, and I couldn't find it in a used bookstore. And so finally got a library that has it. So yay. And then the next one I wanted to try the Kate Burkholder series. This is a gritty Amish series from what I have been told. And this is Sworn to Silence. It's the first book by Linda Castillo. And I've been wanting to try this ever since I've heard about this grittier mystery series. And so yeah, going to try this one. I don't know anything about it except for that it is about Kate Burkholder. She's a so it's about Kate Burkholder, who was a young Amish girl, and she survived a terror of slaughterhouse killer. And because of that, she has come to the realization that she just can no longer be Amish because of whatever must have happened there. And so she's not Amish anymore. So she went to Englisher now, or ex-Amish. And she works for, so she's been asked to return, I guess, maybe to her hometown to be the chief of police there, because she works in law enforcement now. So it's got like this tie-in to like Amish. She's going to be in that same like area that she grew up in, but just not Amish anymore. So that might be kind of interesting. So that's all the Amish books that I have. And then I've decided to make April kind of Arc April. It's kind of like my own little readathon, because I've gotten behind on my e-arcs, and so I need to try to catch up on some, try to get ahead on some, all that kind of good stuff. We'll see how it goes. And so I have a list of them here, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get to them all, but these are just the ones that I would like to work on. And so I have Hideout by Luisa Luna, which is the 3rd book in the Alice Vega series. And I really like the first 2, and I don't know why I've been holding out on this one, but I really need to get to it and see what's going on with Alex Vega and Max. I like him. And then the next one I have is Saddle Up for Murder by J.C. Eaton. It is the 9th book in the Sophie Kimball series. Again, a favorite series of mine that I have been holding out on. I don't know why, but I do want to get to that one. And I love Sophie Kimball. She's a lot of fun. Her mother, Harriet, is a hoot, and I just love Little Streetman. And I mean, look at that cover. It's adorable. And I have Wedding Bell Blues by Lynn Cahoon, which is the 13th book in the Tourist Trap series. Another favorite series of mine that I seem to be sleeping on. I don't know why. But I do need to get to that one. And that one is about Jewel, who owns the coffee shops and more. And she does a little bit of sleuthing on the side. Then I have Under Lock and Skeleton Key by Gigi Pendian. Probably pronouncing that all wrong. It's the first book in the Secret Staircase mystery series. And a part of me is curious, and a part of me is worried that it's one of those new cozies that I'm not going to like, but we'll see. Then I have These Deadly Games by Diana Urban, and this is the second book by this author. I read the first one, which was All Those Twisted... I don't remember. All Those Twisted Somethings. I just don't remember. Anyway, I enjoyed it, and so I would like to see what she's going to do with this one. Then I have Decoy Training by... Oh, here goes another one. Carita Pinheiro? I probably butchered that, sorry. But it is, I believe, a Harlequin intrigue, and it's a canine one. Look at the cover. It's just pretty. And so I want to get to that. Then I have The Natural Genius of Ants by Betty Cully, and this is a middle grade contemporary that I would like to fit in. And A Duke for Diana by Sabrina Jeffries, which is the first book in her Designing Debutantes. And it sounds very interesting, and I love Sabrina Jeffries, and I have been in the mood for something historical. And I saw that, and I just could not help myself. I couldn't. And so I have those. Like, this is my pile of possibilities. Just keep that in mind, okay? Because there's a lot. I do have books that will be high priority and then books that aren't. High priority books like my buddy reads, which I have Midnight Snacks Are Murder by Libby Klein. It is the second Poppy McAllister book, and I'm going to be buddy reading that with Mr. Francie. And we both kind of felt the same about the first one. We gave it like 3 stars. It was, you know, okay, but and 2. And so we want to continue on, but we thought maybe if we read it together, we could kind of help each other get through it if we didn't like it. We're hoping we're going to like it more. It sounds, from what I've heard about this one, it sounds like it's going to be good. So I really hope so, because everybody else I know likes this series, so I want to like it too. Then I have How to Cheat a Dragon's Curse by Cressida Cow, and this is the 4th book in the How to Drain Your Dragon series, and look at that cover, it's just adorable. And yeah, so buddy reading this one with Sherry. We're reading 1 a month, and they're super short, thank goodness, because I do need some short ones on this list. And I can't wait to get to it, because it's just fun to see what Hiccup gets in. And I can't remember what his friend's name is, Fishtail or something like that. They get into it. It's fun. Then I have Angel's Peak by Robin Carr. It is the 9th book in the Virgin River series. I listened to this on audio, and I am buddy reading this with my friend Barb. And we are really enjoying this series and wanted to continue on. So we're going to be doing that. Then I have A Faint Cold Fear by Karen Slaughter. It is the 3rd book in the Grant County series that I am buddy reading with my friend Barb as well, and we decided to go for it and do this one too. It's a small one too. I like that. I usually listen to these ones on audiobook as well. I have picked this one up a couple years ago at a library sale, as you can see. And so yeah, I'm excited to get to this one. I had actually already read the first 2, but it had been a long time ago and I didn't remember like everything. So this will be the first one in this series that I have no clue. No clue. And if that just wasn't enough, I have My classics read for this month. Now, when I show you this, just remember, I am going to take my time with this, and I'm not probably going to read it all in April. I'm going to read it in April and May. You are welcome to join along with me, and if you finish it quicker than that, that's fine. But you can be like me and take it slow as well, and that would be Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. I've heard so many people talk about how this is their favorite book. I've been putting it off because I watched the movie like when I was like 18, 19, somewhere around there, and I didn't like the ending. But it is such a classic historical, I don't know, fiction / romance of sorts. And I, I gotta read it. And I've been in like this historical kind of mood, and it's been sitting on my shelf over here, bugging me, just looking at me, saying, read me. I mean, it's so pretty. This is the special commemorative 60th anniversary edition. And so, yeah, it's pretty interesting that it's still like really popular with a lot of people. And I keep seeing this mentioned over at Melissa from Libraries and Labradors. It's her fault. It's her fault I got this. But yeah, so if you would like to read this with me, we'll be discussing it in my Discord, and I'll have the link to my Discord down below. Feel free to join. We chat about books there and just say hi to each other and just have a good time. And all of my buddy reads are always there. If you do not want to join Discord, but you would like to read this, feel free to mention it in the comments below. And you can even tell me about how you're liking the book in the comments below on any of my videos, so that I know that you're reading it. I'm fine with that. Just don't spoil anything. But yeah, I want everybody that wants to do it to be able to. And I know not everybody wants another app, so I'm fine with that. But if you do want to join my Discord, it is below. But we will be doing this April and May. And that is everything. There are some chunky ones on here, but I think I will be okay. I think I've got enough audiobooks to kind of go with everything. We'll see. I had a really big March, and so I don't know how this is going to go. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. Like I said, this is my pile of possibilities. If I don't get to some things, I don't get to them. I have things that I want to get to over other things, and that's what we're going to do. So, have you read any of these books? If you have, please comment down below. If you want a buddy read any of these books that I've mentioned, comment down below. Feel free to join my Discord and let me know that you would like to read one of these books that I'm reading, and we will talk about it on my Discord. I love talking about books, so I would like y'all to join me. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.